Let's talk slots. Alright. Let me hit my pop. It's some good pop. Go away, Junior. You can't have none of my pop. Your mama get mad. Sponsored by Slots Butter. America's #1 alien blood. Slot car oil. They say, how do you tell if your neighbor who is white is a racist or not? Well, when they get off the boat from Europe, white as hell, they're so white, they stand in the sunshine, they would evaporate into dust like a vampire. You tell by the name of their kids. If they're white, and they have 2 boys and a girl, one boy is named Tyrone. The other boy is named Raul. And the girl is named Wadaquita Tisha. That's how you tell if your white neighbor is a racist or not. Slots Butter. Alright. Let's talk body shop. Alright, I started my broken repair. What I did is I got this piece in already. On this side, my old repair, I just sliced out this pillar area. Let me show you a stock Tyco. Oh, this one's actually got these pieces. Let me show you one that doesn't have it for visualization purposes. And anyway, yeah, now we're on it. These back pieces and these front pieces are so the chassis doesn't go this way. Alright? And then these pieces on the side I call stabilizing pieces are so the chassis doesn't go left, right. So Tyco had it going on with a lot of their techniques on building. I thought, that's why I like them, man. They're, you know, they got a lot of great things that a lot of people wish they could replicate, but they can't because I think Mattel still has a patent on Tyco. I'm not sure, I don't know. But this one ain't got either one. So that's what I want to point out is this body stabilizing piece. That's what this is. This is basically reinforcement from the front horn area on the hood of the body. Okay, so on this broken side here, what I did is I cut out all the way and leveled it off from beyond that round thing. Alright, on this side, what I'm doing is I just cut down and took out that piece. Here's your side view. See this little piece here going up? I took that out all the way down to a little bit of that cut out some of that round piece here. So that's all gone. So I can get my plastic piece all the way down and curve along this windshield, like I had said in a previous video. Okay, so as you can see, here's my brake. Or let me feel it with my tweezers. It's right here. My brake is right here, so I went 1/8 of an inch in front of it, 1/8 of an inch on each side, all the way down, because it went down here to my windshield. But on this part, I went all the way to here and up to here. Okay, it's important that I point out that you should pre-bend your plastic piece that you get off your slot car or Hot Wheels packaging. It's pretty thick. Okay, see that? It's not incredibly thick, but it's thick enough. If you double it up, man, you got a hell of a thickness. Okay, put it up there so you can see. I don't know, I can't even see it with my finger. It's that thick. So what, as you can see, what I did, I'll keep my hand out from underneath. See those little bend marks in the plastic, and then there you can see like little jabby holes that I push down on with my tweezers. Okay. Now I'll get it right here, maybe see better. So I put it in a position, and I went along the area where it should be bent, and I pushed down real hard with my tweezers. Ow! And got that to bend accordingly. And see how it's got a nice contour to fit in this area? Okay, what I did was I made a template, and I recommend all you boys and girls to do so yourself. Take a piece of paper, cut out a square, what you think, alright, where you know it's going to curve if you got a curve, you know, bend it a little bit, take your tweezers and go like this, put a little bend contour in it, whatever, stick it in there, and size up where you got to go. This is the template I used for my plastic. So I decided I wanted to go this far. Alright. Up to my window. Up this high. Up to this piece here. Okay. So I put that in there. Alright. Just like that. My plastic, and I press this down to get that shape to that shape. Alright, that's what I did with this piece here. That's what I did with this piece here. Alright, that's dry, man. That's pretty nice. And one piece of plastic with super glue is that thick. Here, let me shut my light off. Here, see it? Let me see if you can see that. What's that thick? That plastic. Light. So this piece here, I'm still going to have to trim off with my knife like I did this side. But we're going to glue this in. I don't know if you can see, but you know, that's marks from me jabbing the plastic in a position. You know, and on these edges, you got to make sure that they're not flaring up from the body. Okay, so you don't want your plastic piece on this edge going all this way away from the body. Okay, this curved part is going down by my windshield. So we're going to install this. I pre-cut it, sized it with my template, and then I put it in here Sized it up to make sure that it didn't go bigger than the existing one. Okay. So I really don't recommend having the second piece bigger than the first piece, because you'll have hard times pushing it down on the edges. So if you're going to have make the first piece as big as you can. And then if you have to, you can make the other one a little smaller. So, come here, you. So let's get out the magical Gorilla. Yeah, when you store your Gorilla Glue, if you use it a lot, keep it downward, like ketchup in your fridge. That way it's at the bottom, man. You're ready to go. So we're going to put a good amount. That's good enough. That's way too much. Sheesh. Always have a handy rag. That's way too much, man. Shit. I'm low on glue, too. Damn, that's too much. Anyway, go up here. Get it where you want. Make sure you fully cover your old plastic. All the way up to these edges. Just get that stuff everywhere. Within reason, okay? Have your rag handy. You can wipe this off. Now you can grab that without it sticking to it. So we'll test this. I'm going to do a road test on some stuff. And so you got a lot of squish out. Look at how much squish out's coming down there. The main thing is to make sure it backs up to here. And it squares off with this. And then get your position in. Like I said, what I did is see how it's coming out? Too much. So take your hand and get in there with your finger, whatever. If it comes out over here, squishes out here against this piece, don't wipe it out. If it squishes out in your window and stuff, this is tinted glass, so I don't have to worry about it. But like I said, I took my tweezers and already pre-bent this area going into the middle here, where the curvature is on this body to fender to hood. So I already did that curvature. Like when you have excess here, just make sure you kind of wipe it off and push it underneath or towards the plastic to make sure that stuff, is filling properly. Those little grooves along the edge. And you have your rag. Keep your rag handy. Because you can go like this, wipe the insides of your tweezers by going like that, grabbing it. And you can also go like this. Because you don't want glue drying on this, and then when you touch this, it pulls up the piece. Because it sticks to it. So go around your edges. Verify that they're flat. Alright. Make sure you push this piece back to make sure it's button up against this body mold. These other pieces basically, man, are for added strength. Okay? So I can figure out. Go along the top. Make sure you get that stuff squished down. That it's not like stuck and then part of the plastic on the edge is up. So, I mean, it's looking pretty damn good. I mean, like I said, Let me get a piece of plastic. Once you shape it, you take your tweezers. Alright, on contours, you go grab your tweezers and you can go like this and bend it. Alright, and you can bend it and shape it that way. So now it's curved. See that? But also, like, once you get that, put it in position and take your tweezers and make jabby holes. Alright? And push it into the contour area. And those jabby holes, I don't know if you can see them. Let me put it here. Right there, maybe. Those jabby holes will help the plastic not buckle back into shape. Alright? It'll stay in the shape you want it. So you put those marks in there and push it so it's shaped the way you want. It's not, it won't come back. And you always got to like make sure that these edges don't get bent that way. So when you're gluing, now this edge is sticking up. You always want to check to make sure this edge is going towards the body. So when you're gluing it, all you got to do is push it down. Not sit there for an hour and hold it. So this one here, I've been working that piece of plastic for this repair and a few other repairs. So once this starts drying, when you push on this with your things, you're going to have to do it hard. So support your body crack over here. You said crack. Yeah, don't do crack, boys and girls. Don't do crack. Drugs are bad. Don't get addicted. That's the bad thing about drugs, getting addicted. Make you lose your life, your mind. But I'm not here to preach about drugs. It's your damn life. So I'm calling that pretty damn good. Look how thick that is. Like, look how thick that is. That's pretty good. Get the camera to focus it. Right there. Maybe. There. It's pretty thick, man. Like, so this edge ain't flaring up. If it does, support it on this side because you're pushing against your crack, your brake, and push that down. Push hard, man. Make it, put pointy marks in it. You know what I mean? Jabby marks, man, and make that plastic start bending. No one's going to see the underneath side where you poke it. So, see these marks in here, how I poked all that? Ah, shit. Light. I can get up here. Oh, you can't see it. Maybe there. Ah, shit, you can't see it. And no light, sorry. What we're going to have to do is trust me. Here, I'll move my tweezers, you can see. So see how this is still pushing out glue? So go around and do that until this shit dries on you. Then you know. Try to, go on the inside and push these plastic pieces that are sticking up. You're going to have to cut those later. try to carefully push on those to make sure they're seated against the body. So when you cut, the plastic stays. Ow, I got some glue on me. So yeah, what you want to do is when it's broke, you kind of want to push some glue on the inside of the crack. But be ready, because you're going to have squish out on the body. So you need to wipe that off quick. I mean, like, put the glue on and wipe it off, like, now. I did it as quick as hell, and I still got some smudges that, you know, they're not as glossy as the rest of the body. But, oh well. That's part of the crack. See that white? That's where a piece of plastic popped out when I broke it. And I got that on this side, like right here is missing a piece of plastic. This side here is holding up big time, man. No issues. So yeah, look how thick that is, man. You can see it now when I got my tweezers on it. Look how thick that is. So you can see how it's moving still. As you go along and you're doing this repair, you got to be patient. Because as that glue dries, takes the glue takes a longer time. Let me get that right. For the glue to dry underneath the plastic. So you got to go back. Excuse me. You got to go back and continually press this down, because at some point the glue will be dry enough where it'll hold the plastic. And, you know, jab it too, man. When you're pressing down, you know, stabilize the cracks so you don't break the body again. And press hard, man. And put a jabby hole in that damn plastic. You know, to make it bend and go where you want. Instead of, because the plastic's going to want to go back to the way the body shape is making it go. So once you get it in and it starts drying, go through and jabby hole it, man, like hard. Bend that shit, man, where you want it. Alright, go along all the edges, you know, and jabby them, man. He's a jabby man. Keep your rag handy. So yeah, this is pretty much drying up, man. So I'm kind of thinking, I wish this was drying quicker up here, because there's still play in this plastic. See what I mean? It's still kind of flexing back in the position. I'm not digging it. You kind of want that plastic. You want the plastic reinforcement to be as close to the body as possible. No gaps. And then the secondary piece, you want it to be as close, perfect layering. You don't want air pockets in your plastic. So you got to layer that stuff, man. So all that stuff is flat up against the body, up against the new plastic reinforcement piece. So you got a solid piece, man. See, this has still got some play in it. Oh, look. See how it's kind of moving? There's still wet glue there. What you could do is push it and then blow on it to get it to dry. See, it's not coming back as much. Those jabbies poking it hard and making indentations in the plastic will help form that plastic to shape. So I'm going to call that done. We'll let that dry. and then I'll show you how I trim out this plastic off the wheel well. So I found out something. These clips, this square area is not what retains it. This upper part, there's a little lip on these clips, right? And that little lip goes over in here. This whole area on these Tycos is not filled by a plastic piece, all right? If you look on your Tycos, they're only, this is what clips in. This piece here is reinforcement. This piece here is reinforcement. The only thing that clips in is the end, that piece that sticks out more. That clips in. This one's broke off. I was going to tell you. I need to change this chassis out because this is Sally 1. But this piece is broke out. It's supposed to be like this. See how this one's hooked? Got a hook on it? That's what grabs your body. And this, see how this is sticking out a little bit? That's what grabs your body. And this bottom part stabilizes it. Alright? And these two keep it from going left-right. Plus, on some bodies they have this that prevent the body from going front-back. Alright? This is from going left-right. These in front and back are from going this way. And this is where it clips in, not this whole area. It's just this little damn piece. And this one side is broke off. This one piece is broke off. See that? This here has that little hook area. That little hook right there. You see? Just that little hook thing. So I'm going to have to change this chassis out because I ain't running this way. I want my chassis to be all minted, man. So yeah, that's bullshit. I got this bottom sand real nice, man, like I like it. So, oh, well. So yeah, I got to change it. Go to a new chassis, a new, all right. New chassis. Let's run on to, I'll talk about that some other damn time. We're going to install this damn blower. Make a template. So, yeah. Give me a second. Alright, what I did on my blower. Okay. This is an attachment for a heat gun, all right, or soldering iron. And sure, you know, with something like this, you could probably cut a square that big, but how perfect are you going to be? Besides, not everyone's going to have a heat gun. I mean, a soldering iron. I got a soldering iron, but it is not this nice with all these attachments and shit. At all. I need to get me one of these. Mine is just like, that's it. But yeah, you could heat this up and slice a little square. But I ain't getting all into that shit, man. You know, I want to be more accurate than making a square and then having to move the square. There's only this much air. I mean, shut the light off. You probably can't see. All right, there's only this much air. You got from here, the edge of this, to this protrusion. From here to the protrusion. Here to the protrusion. This side to the protrusion. So if your hole is anywhere outside that, your hole will be visible from the top of the body. So you got to be accurate. Like, so what I did, excuse me, shit. what I did was cut this down to half the width of this. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. I ain't shutting the damn light off. Just look. This is what it was like, and this is what I cut it down to. So I cut it down to the width of this drill bit. This is 1.5. Because I don't want to make a big ass hole. Not because I can't. I don't want to make a big hole. Because if I'm off and I have to move my hole location by reaming out the side or something, I have to move my engine, I don't want the hole to be visible. Because there's only so much difference of hole location on this base. So my error ratio has to be very minimum. So I cut this thing down smaller. So now I'll drill the hole. If I have to go any way, left, right, top, bottom, I'll still be within this distance. So, small bit. I cut this size down. It's too big for me. Alright. So what I did is initially I marked center. That's that first mark right there. And then I checked the back. This back side. I don't want to go past this lip air dam in the front. So this is the hood, and this is where the hood ends, is the way I'm looking at it. And then this part goes down below the hood. So I wanted to line the back of this up with the end of the hood. Alright, so it should be like that. Not here, not here. Lined up with the back of that hood. Line right here, this edge. Alright, so I put it there, and I lined it up. I made a mark. Alright, get this so you, because I got to show you something. I need this to be visible. And, well, first I made the mark, the first dot. And I determined that was center. Then I went like this, and I said, okay, that's center. Then I adjusted the back of my blower air intake with that edge. Then I looked at the bottom and realized that mark is not where I'm going to drill the hole. I have to drill the hole further up. So then I made another mark here that I'm disregarding. Then I made that little white dot. Alright. Now, what I'm doing is turning this sideways. Like this. And I'm looking. Alright. And judging where I should drill my hole. So the white dot is pretty good. At least if I go by the white dot, my blower won't be past that line. So from the white dot down, my blower will be past it. I like to have it totally perfect, but that shit ain't gonna happen. As long as it's centered. The thing I'm concerned about is not so much here or here in a drill mark. I'm concerned with left, right, because the main thing is that it's centered. No one's going to know if it's here or here, you know. So the main thing is it's centered. So I'm calling that center. So we're going to start a little jabby hole right here by this white dot. Don't press so hard you got to, you know, break your body. So just make a mark. Okay? And we'll check it. That's my favorite word. Check it. Come on, piece of crap. Oh, I'm using the one that had the defect, the chunk taken out. Figure if I'm going to mess it up, I might as well mess this one up. Alright, so look, where I got my drill, if I go continue, I'm pretty damn close, but I think I need to go a little further up. Because the drill bit, when it bites, it wants to travel. So it's going to want to eat away the plastic this direction. So my my hole is started here. I want to go down a little bit and to the left, I think. So one way you can correct it is go this direction. So I kind of got my hole started here. It's not that much. But I can go this, stabilize it with your finger in there. That's a good idea. Slots. But I want to go this way. But the plastic's not going to let my drill bit. Because the drill's going to want to travel. I scratched it. Is it custom? Stabilize it with your thumb or something. You're not going to cut yourself. Okay, I kind of moved to a different location. Now I'm going to press straight down. Now let's check it. Check it! This ain't, it's not space science, but you want to take your time and do it right the first time. Alright, so there's my hole. And the end of my blower is right on. So if I go straight down right now, from where my hole is, the end of my blower will be good. And it looks centered too, look. So we're in, drill a hole. So we're going to call that hole. So stabilize this so you don't break your body. The drill bit's not going to go right through right away. And just make sure it doesn't travel. It's not going to go through right away and jab your finger. So we went a little further. Now the drill hole, now this mark is getting bigger. So let's check it. That's the key, boys and girls, to not screwing shit up in your life. Always check yourself. Alright, so there's my mark, and look at the end of my blower. It's right in location. Now if I put this on top of my hole, where I think I'm going to be, it's centered. So we're looking pretty good. Let me do this again. It kind of looked weird. Ah, damn. That looks like I could go to the right a little bit. Okay, so now I got time to correct it and try to drill this way some. Alright. So turn it this way. Don't go across your body. Just do it a little bit to kind of correct the direction of the drill. Now you're moving your hole more in that direction. See a little piece of plastic coming out. Alright. At a certain point, I'm going to have to move my finger. Alright, so now I'm kind of going this way. So let's get her in there. I hope this is on. You can do stuff like this, man. If you don't really want to press hard, just go like that. Cut it a little bit. A little more. Cut it. See, it's coming through. I can feel it. Alright, we're through. Whew. This ain't going to fit. What I'm going to have to do, I want to check the location first. I think this is a little bigger than my drill hole. So I'm going to have to ream it. But I want to check my location first. Oh, we're looking pretty good, man. So it's dead center. That's looking sweet as hell. Look at the backside of my blower. perfect, man. So I guess I'll see if it goes through the hole before I have to ream it. I don't want to break that piece off. No, I think I have to ream it. I don't know if that's the right word, but just go like this with your drill bit. You know, and just make that hole a little bigger. Let's see if we get in there without breaking. I don't want to break this protrusion off, because what I was thinking of doing is heat gunning it on the other side. See, we could go in there. I know that. Let's ream it a little more. Don't change the location of the hole. Just take a little bit out. I probably should have cut this piece smaller, but I kind of want to go to the next level. I borrowed a heat gun or soldering iron from my brother-in-law. So I was thinking of super gluing this, and on the back side here, melting it. So I don't want to break this piece off. Damn. It's not going in. What should I do? I think I'll cut it thinner. Well, I know what I could do. I could cut off the corners. That'd probably work. I don't know if I got that. Yeah, a little bit there. Go to the next corner. Cut the corner off a little bit. Damn, hard to see. There, get that. Corner. Check it. We're in. Alright, I'm going to push it in. Let's see what we got. Turn it. Oh, man, I can't believe it. That is looking sweet centered. I can't believe I got this like perfect on the backside, man. It's lining up great with that line, man. Dude, that is like freaking perfect. Shit, I gotta take a drink on that one. Shit. Look at that, man. That's looking killer. Man, I'm sure glad you guys can and gals can experience this with me. That is perfect, man. The blower's going down a little bit in the front. But I mean, you got to put these together. So if you knew, well, now you do, that this is going down more and you're doing a 908 Porsche, you got to install these pieces. You got to glue these blowers, air intakes on this blower. So instead of going all the way down, you could actually leave it tilted up and glue it. So the blower would go this way, even though the air intake would go this way, even though the blower is going this way. So you do have adjustment play on flatness on the air intake. Shit, man. That looks killer, man. Oh, on this back side, I wanted to tell you. See, I got a little bit coming out. Really, I don't need to heat gun that. I could super glue, man, a big ass globlet there, man, like a mushroom head. That'd be good enough. So I think that's probably what I'll do. Let me show you something I had to do, because I was thinking of this Porsche. Grab my cool ass. I love this red one, man. Blood red, son. Man, that is killer color. What I had to do, someone super glued this in. I don't know if you could see it, but this super clear globlet here, they use liquidy, not the gel like I use. And you can see, I'll move it so you can see. Too much light. Shut it off. Maybe now you can see, I don't know. Let me move it. There's a globlet here where they use real liquidy stuff. Like, so I cut these off. First, before I cut it off, I was trying to get the super glue broke away because I didn't want to cut these off, you know, because I want to keep everything mint and I'm a collector. I didn't want to do that. Then I decided, well, I'm going to cut them off, man. Then I used my tweezers and I went like this. Shit, they must have super glued all inside or something. It's not on the windshield headlights, thank God. And I was prying like this. I couldn't get it up. So I took my trusty professional duck nose pliers and I bent it and broke it. So I broke both of these pieces off thinking that I was going to use the heat gun. But now I'm kind of thinking that I could have just left them. Because this is dead center. You know? Shit, that looks killer, man. Look at that. That's pretty damn center, man. For a white boy. Shit. So when I glue it, I'll turn it a little bit. Center it left, right. That looks killer, son. This almost perfect with that. Man, that looks killer. I told you I was going to put one on my porch, man. I ain't playing. I ain't playing. So, right. So, let's do some super glue. So, get this out without breaking it. All right. See how I did that? I did that instead of cutting this in half, I just cut off the corners. In fact, I only cut off 2 corners. This corner here is still square. So is this one. I think. No, I think, well, I definitely cut this one off. This one I cut a little bit. But this one I didn't cut off the corner. I accidentally cut off like the length of this. But, yeah, that's a 1.5 millimeter, boys and girls. Drill it, ream it, make sure it's centered, boom. If you have to customize this, boom. So let's get Slot's secret weapon. Freaking damn super glue. Alright. So, what I want to do, yeah, this would be fine. I like put it. Alright. Come on. There we go. Don't need a lot. Whew. This is, make sure you put this blower in the right position, because you ain't going to have that much time to adjust location. So, getting there in there, we're adjusting. Because that's super glue. When you got it thin, see the blower's crooked, turn it that way some. When you got super glue thin on plastic, that stuff dries quick as hell. So that's pretty damn good right there, son. Well, it's off a little bit. Based on the backside, this backside's off that crease. A little crooked. So let me go back. See, it's already setting up. And don't go like that. Just go a little at a time and kind of work it. See, I'm calling that good, man. That's perfect. So, squish it down. Make sure. See, let me check. I don't think I got a lot of squish out. No. You kind of want at least a little squish out to get glue between the blower and the hood. This I don't even think I'm going to glue it. I mean, melt it. I think I'm just going to do a globlet. Boom, that's too much. And just let that dry. All right. What I could do for shits and giggles, put a little piece of plastic in there. Where's my scissors? I need to get some smaller scissors, man. This shit sucks. So we'll cut a little piece of plastic. Because that's how we are. We're cool like that. Plastic's cheap. So you take this little piece of plastic to reinforce this side. We'll put it in the super glue. Well, actually, I should just cut half that. That's a little too big. Let me see. Yeah, it's probably good. Make sure it's not. That's about that size. I'm going to put that right in there. Yeah, it's sticking to my tweezers. Probably has some super glue residue on my tweezers. I'll put that right in there. Wipe your tweezers. Now just push it down. Put that right over the protrusion from the blower. Come on, it moved. Shit. Get that super glue around it. And that should be fine. Damn it. Keep messing up. Come on. There. Don't move it. Alright, we're going to call that. So anyway, got a piece of plastic just in case. Could be better, man. It sucks. Let me try it. See, the plastic is so... It moves, you know. As long as it's set and all the edges of the plastic are down. I was trying to put super glue on top of it. Then that should be sufficient. We got super glue on a piece. Then we got a piece of plastic mushrooming on top as a... And then that's super glue too. So that should create dual layer theoretical bullshit. Oh, that looks killer, man. It's pretty damn centered. It looks like it might be. I'm gonna go move it, man. I got too much glue and shit. I ain't messing with it now. But the backside's good. You know. See, it could be what's making me this edge look off from the front end is that when I glued it into the blower, the air intake, that has play in it. Okay. What I've been doing with my blowers and air intake is I've been gluing them in by putting glue on the air intake protrusion and then putting it in, and then I've been turning the blower after it's set in with super glue, turning it. This is how I'm lining it up to make sure it's square, making it flush to where this area is level with the top of the blower. And then I've been turning this belt piece that sticks out all the way to line up with the number 1 air intake as much as possible. So I've been turning it all the way this way. That's how I've been lining up my blowers and air intake. So on the next one, I know now, you know, I got to cut this in half and then use a 1.2 millimeter. So let's see how she looks on a Viper with the Tyco clip. Da-na-na-na-na, bad to the bone. The head nurse came around, bad to the bone. Da-na-na-na-na, da-da-da, da-na-na-na, da-da-da. Where you gonna see a blower on a Porsche? Slots Inc. I think it looks killer. Turn the light off. I think it looks killer. Got the pipes in the back. Let me get that in focus. Damn camera. There you go. Ah, shit, camera. The pipes in the back coming up. Shit. It's killer, man. Look at that. Nice. Sweet. So anyway, what I did to ensure that my repair would be good also is I scratched the plastic with this razor X-Acto knife blade. I scratched the plastic, man. I don't want to do it because, well, yeah, I scratched it. I went like this and I scratched the shit out of it. And I made grooves, alright? Let me turn the light back on. I scratched it, made grooves. Alright? So that the glue would have something to adhere to. So you want to do that too. So I did that on this side of my crack and on this side of the crack. Okay, this is dry enough. I'll show you how to get this plastic out. Okay, you don't want to just go like this. You kind of, ooh, that was loud, shit. My fault, my bad. You kind of want to, what I do is slice it like this. Not go, because then it'll force up the plastic and all this crap. So, stabilize it, go through there, kind of slice it. Alright. You don't want to slice it that way, because this plastic may come up. You know? So you kind of want to go this way, away from the plastic. Ow, I almost cut myself. Oh, it's catching on my crack area. Ah, I don't want to do that. Go this way. Don't cut yourself. Try to go on this side of it, like this way. Don't slice it like level and go. Try to go on this edge, because that's where it comes up quickest or soonest. So you still see a little bit right here. Get that out. See, I'm going on the inside, man. Like I told you how I do my wheel wells to get my auto world on my lowrider clip. See, that's pretty good. Could do a little more. See, the orange is still here, so you know I'm doing it right. I'm scraping on this side. That way I'm scraping on the plastic only, not the body. Alright. There's still a little bit there. Can't believe it. After all that smack talk. Okay, it's gone. See? No plastic showing through. Alright. I don't want to try to put a body on this yet. I'm going to give it 24. But now I can put my label back down. I might have to put another label in here. Say twice. No, actually, this is the third time I've repaired this body. I repaired it once with one layer of plastic, broke it. Repaired this side again, but this time with 2 layers. Broke this side once, and now we got 2 layers. And I want to let it dry. Now, I make sure all that shit underneath the plastic is really dry. But this turned out killer, boys and girls. That's centered pretty good. I was debating if I should put it back here because the pipes are here. That would have been kind of cool. Like that. But I decided I'd rather have it up here, man. And then the pipes in the back. I think that looks cooler. But this would have looked cool, man. Maybe I'll do that on a different one. But the air intake in the back. Bam. Right between the pipes. Shit, maybe I should throw 2 on. So it looks like it has 2 engines. What? Alright. Crash. Build. Oh no, I said that wrong. Build. Drive. Crash. So let's out.